Which is why I never saw your guys' content as talking shit. I saw it as, like, exposing Charlatan and then, like, roasting them.
So Mike Israetel wasn't talking shit, but he was roasting them at the same time. Welcome back to the channel, guys. We're back with the Israetel Files on part 2 of their podcast. You know, you guys really seem to enjoy the first one, so I'm like, you know what? What other dumb shit science is Mike Israetel gonna come up with to try and defend his PhD thesis, doing a sponsored video with guys who are literally just sucking up to him, as Greg Doucette would refer to that as.
Jerk him fashion last time, and continue the circle jerk.
So, let's see what dumb shit they're gonna be saying today.
I'm just gonna kick it off. I think that cat is so bored to read your whole dissertation. I'm bored hearing about it.
I can't tell, am I supposed to be, like, complimenting or... I think he's a pussy. I think he's, a rag and a fatard. What the hell? I didn't even know that word.
That's what you have to say, really. That's all you can say is he's a pussy. So instead of fighting back, remember how Mike Israetel likes to talk about, you know, arguing in good faith? Does this seem like arguing in good faith? Yeah, the guy's a
Pussy.
No, obviously not. So, again, Mike contradicting himself again, and I know it's not Mike saying it, but he's in the group, and this whole conversation is so contradicting in so many different ways.
I was like, wait, that's not actually true.
Then debate that. That's what I'm talking about. What I'm talking about, if he dropped a video today, debate the October video. Don't go, I found your preschool homework, homie. We got beef now. You know what I mean? Like, debate what they're talking about right then and there.
And why should we not be allowed to look at what people have done in the past and critique stuff on that? Especially something that's so heavily regarded as a PhD thesis. You see, the thing is this thesis is the thesis that allows Mike Israetel to say in every single video, hey,
I'm Dr. Mike. Dr. Mike Israetel here. Dr. Mike, Dr. Mike, Dr. Mike, Dr. Mike.
So really, he's bringing up the fact that he has a PhD every single day. So why should we not allow to question and take a look at what that PhD actually was?
Anyways, So is it common in your side of the fitness world where everyone's like critiquing each other and then like trying to take each other down or saying like this is fake news, this is real?
I wish there were critiques. I wish that's all it was.
So what is it, just shit talking?
Yeah, man, there's so much of that right now.
Because I've seen, you know, some of your videos, and then there was that one feud you had with that one guy. He's like an older cat that's like Greg. Yeah.
Is that the Greg Doucette guy or whatever? Yeah.
Yeah.
Him and I have sort of a love affair.
But it seemed like a battle game, like not like seriously, like that's why I just thought that was like the thing that you guys did in your world.
So the way Greg thinks about it is he says it's all WWE.
And Greg is kind of right. It is pretty much like a WWE. Right now, I feel like people really, really like Greg. When he did that whole polymorphism thing, people really didn't like him. So... and right now, Mike is kind of the villain. Yeah, it is a lot like the WWE. Right now, Greg is like the hero and stuff. He's exposing the Nippard and the Mike Israetel Files. You know, he's got his cool rap song or whatever. Jeff Nippard. Jeff Nippard.
A minute, get it how you live it.
Jeff Nippard. Jeff Nippard.
Yeah.
Trendsetter. Jeff Nippard.
Yeah.
Science-based lifter. Jeff Nippard.
Yeah.
Quick stepper. Jeff Nippard.
Freaking love that, by the way. I believe he just released another iteration of it. Gotta freaking watch that, because holy shit, that stuff absolutely slaps. But it is like the WWE, essentially, because one moment people love Greg, the next moment people are like, oh, you suck, this and that. Then people forget, and then he's doing stuff like this, and people are like, yeah, this is awesome. So it really is.
What Greg fails to explain is that WWE is both prescripted and consensual.
And when he goes after people's like girlfriends for gaining weight, that's neither prescripted nor consensual. But Greg cares exclusively about virality and money, as he willingly admits anytime you ask him. So Greg is actually not even hypocritical. He's just a fucking dog. My man, get that shit. So that's the thing. With Greg, I think Solomon is at least kind of getting some good critiques in there, along with stuff that's probably inaccurate and very personal, and he's quite upset. With Greg, there is no facade. It's just talking that shit.
I 100% disagree with this. The majority of the things I've learned and things that I know in fitness and stuff have all come from Greg. Greg Doucette has taught me anyway, and I would say a lot more people about losing weight, calories in, calories out, all that basic good information taught in every single video. If you really watch a Greg Doucette video, yes, there's drama, of course, but from that drama, he hooks you in with the drama, and then from that drama, he'll teach you something from it. Because if he just, makes a title of a video saying, the best this, the top 5 this, and whatnot, no one's really gonna watch that. They come there for the drama, and then in that drama, he teaches you something, like how he taught us how Mike Israetel didn't actually have 20 pounds of body water, and he did not lose his competition because he didn't have a proper tan.
Man, it'd be cool to like fight a dog with just your hands and
shit like that. Lots of good stuff on bodybuilding, judging, all kinds of stuff. So it's not just drama. And as for, Mike brought up Stephanie Bottermore. If you don't know who that is, that's Jeff Nipple's girlfriend or whatever. Greg made a video on her back in the day because she was doing these kind of like 10,000 calorie videos or whatever, and he was exposing that, and there's absolutely nothing wrong with that. There's absolutely nothing wrong with exposing bullshit online that's leading people to either not great results or like people who are blatantly lying and stuff like that. What is so bad about that?
At RP YouTube, we used to do some negativity. Now, we were trying to make sure that it was informational. I think it always was. But we were talking that shit.
But it was done in like a entertaining, lighthearted sense.
Sure, for sure. But also like...
It doesn't feel real, Like when you critique Mark Wahlberg, it doesn't feel real.
But man, if I was his trainer, I would feel fucking real about it. I said some nasty shit about people's trainers, bro.
Oh, so when Mike does the shit talk, the critique videos or whatever, then it's like, oh, it doesn't even feel real. It's like lighthearted. Oh, it's all okay. But when somebody else does it, oh, wait a minute, no, that's bad, that's shit talk. No, come on, dude. I mean, again, Mike is literally paying these guys. It's a sponsored freaking video, so not surprised to see them literally sucking Mike's.
This episode is brought to you by the RP Hypertrophy app.
Totally not a biased interview, by the way. Mike Israetel totally didn't, get us a couple McLarens or pay us 100 bands or whatever. No, absolutely nothing. Completely unbiased. None of that.
Which is why I never saw your guys' content as talking shit. I saw it as like exposing Charlatan and then like roasting them. And I thought that was funny, but I didn't think it was like talking shit.
So Mike Israetel wasn't talking shit, but he was roasting them at the same time. I mean, listen, guys, there's still time to take down this video, change a few things and stuff like that. The contradiction is unbelievable.
And
yeah, let's get him leaner.
But here's the thing. Even within the sample of D1 athletes, that was true. And they're all pretty lean and pretty jacked. Obviously, you don't need a study to say, like, Jim Bob, who weighs 300 fucking pounds, is slower than Jamal. I don't know why I picked those names, but
Jamal sounds correct.
Yeah, who's super lean and he's fast.
I think we know Jim Bob.
Right. Yeah,
we definitely know Jim Bob.
Yeah. So yes, Jim Bob isn't your guys' uncle, and so you're like, okay, 300 pounds of extra fat, no shit. But what about if you take a look at a baseball team? D1 baseball team, and some of the guys are just a little like thicker than the others. Would you really go so far as to say like, oh yeah, like if those guys lost body fat, they would almost certainly get faster? And if you would say that, how come the degree of nutritional intervention in baseball athletes and volleyball athletes and soccer players to get them leaner isn't at the time was not very solid. It was like, just because you talk to most sport nutritionists at the time, they're better now. It'd just be like, just eat healthy, eat well, support your body, don't worry too much about body composition. And you're like, but it's cutting fucking fractions of a second off of my 40 times.
And okay, this is where I'm trying to be a middle party here. I can agree to what Mike's saying here to an extent. Again, when Solomon, obviously one of his arguments was this wasn't advancing the field of exercise scientists that much. And while I don't think this was a big, crazy leap forward by any means, you know, back then, like 12 years ago, whenever he did it, I'm assuming we didn't have as much data on this stuff. And repeat studies are important, I think, for clarification. But also, I feel like this study or thesis that he did could have helped find that healthy balance. Like he says, he obviously knows that, like, you take 300-pound bro, and if he loses weight, he's obviously going to be faster. But at what point do they get too lean where it can hinder their performance and they actually get slower? Where's that healthy balance? So that's what I think this study could have actually been good for, and that's what I think it should have been for. It's just Mike did a terrible job at doing the thesis.
Here's the thing, and this is something we talked about on the channel a bunch at RP Strength over the years. The way even pro athletes approach their nutrition and weight training is oftentimes really, really lacking.
Oh yeah, this is so freaking true. Like, if you've ever been to like an athlete gym or whatever, man, they're probably using terrible form, bouncing weights, trying to do this explosive kind of training. No, it's simply not it. It's absolutely atrocious. And as far as their diets are, well, in sporting competitions and stuff, it's probably not as important to maximize your diet as it is in bodybuilding. That's why I think bodybuilding, hardest sport in the world. Now, you can debate me whether it's a sport or not. A lot of you guys don't think so. I believe it is, but hey, it's to each our own. But the bodybuilding never leaves you because the diet is so heavily important. Whereas other sports, not as important. It is still important, like Mike says, but just not as important as bodybuilding.
He wants to take me down, so he's not interested in taking an impartial objective view. He's interested in taking a lawyer-like attitude of scalpel-like incision, which is good because everything needs criticism. But is it at the same time the fairest thing in the world and the most rational approach? No, absolutely not. But it wasn't intended to.
But how can you say that? Like, so what? Who determines when someone is arguing in good faith? It's a freaking argument, regardless of whether you like the person or not. You're arguing with the person, you're putting out points. Like, who draws the line and who decides, oh, they're arguing in good faith? Like, pretty much all of Solomon's critiques that I watched from the video based on Mike's thesis were 100% accurate. If you watch any part of that video, I mean, all the grammatical errors, the tables not being inserted properly and this and that, I mean, what is so, like, in bad faith of an argument to bring up those things? Like, I just don't understand.
Many, many people are under the illusion that at elite levels of athletics, or at high levels, getting jacked doesn't pay dividends. It'll slow you down. Getting leaner, we're not trying to step on stage. Who cares how they look? There is wisdom in that as well, because at the extremes, all that stuff breaks down. But what is evident in the dissertation that I wrote at the time is even at those high levels, it matters how lean you are and how jacked you are, and it helps every measurable quality of sport performance.
I also want to point out that I agree with this. I do not believe that you can get so muscular as a natural athlete and be hindered by the fact that you are that muscular. Now, if you're on steroids and you're as big as like Samson Dota, yeah, Samson probably not as fast as if he were to lose some of that muscle because it's just too much. But as a natural, I do think that this is absolutely 100% valid. And again, it's just my own opinion. But overall, that was their episode 2. I don't think this one was as atrocious as their first episode. Still, man, there were some freaking not so good things said and made in there, but what are you gonna do? Mike is gonna keep doing these shenanigans or whatever until hopefully the truth the real truth finally comes out. But let me know what you guys think in the comments down below, and I will see you in the next one. Peace.